Devils are the epitome of evil. Despised by humanity, they are ancient, powerful beings, often linked with fear and superstition. In religion, they're frequently associated with Satan and other malevolent forces. They represent temptation and sin, serving as a warning against darker paths. Devils have a long history, depicted as fearsome beasts, seductive sirens, spirits, fallen angels, lone demons, forces of nature, hallucinations, or illusions. The words that you've just heard weren't written by the authors of this podcast. You won't find them in any dictionary, or even any text on demonology. Actually, they weren't even thought up by a human brain. They were automatically generated by an organism made of silicon and lines of code, a software, a chat box, in short, a machine, the most advanced step in that which we call artificial intelligence. Black Box, The Hidden Side of Finance, a podcast from Chora Media. It's called Chatbot GPT, and it's the technological event which will most probably affect our near, and perhaps even not so near future. Following the great hoodwinks of Web 3.0, crypto, VR, and the metaverse, suddenly we're facing a true technological revolution, capable of impacting billions of lives and of changing the course of history. ChatGPT was launched last December by OpenAI, a startup financed with donations from the great lords of Silicon Valley, including the mogul himself, Elon Musk. OpenAI's goal is to protect humanity from the dangers linked to the development of artificial intelligence, a sort of precautionary Blade Runner, to reference the classic Ridley Scott picture in which androids evolve to such a degree that they can no longer be told apart from humans. OpenAI is trying to solve in advance the dangers presented by the evolution of thinking machines. These creatures run the risk of becoming so resourceful as to put our own freedoms into jeopardy, even our own existence. Artificial intelligence has always been associated with dire predictions. As Morpheus tells us in the film The Matrix, we have only bits and pieces of information. But what we know for certain is that at some point in the early 21st century, all of mankind was united in celebration. We marveled at our own magnificence as we gave birth to AI, a singular consciousness that spawned an entire race of machines. We don't know who struck first, us or them. Morpheus is a leader in the human resistance army fighting against an empire of machines. These machines have bound humans into slavery and plugged our consciousness into an interactive neural simulation called the Matrix. When Morpheus says AI, he means artificial intelligence. And perhaps that unifying celebration in the 21st century has just come to pass today. Science fiction has always given a voice to these fears, which the scientific community calls existential risks. These are doomsday scenarios where a technological superintelligence wipes us out entirely, or otherwise oppresses us, both ingeniously or secretively. But let's allow ChatGPT to describe itself. The following are its own words. ChatGPT is a large language model trained using deep learning technology called transfer learning, that enables it to generate text autonomously. It was trained on a large amount of text written by people to imitate the way they speak and write. It is used to generate realistic text in a variety of applications, such as chatbots and text generation. Put in these words, it seems almost reassuring, not terrifying at all. Unfortunately, though, scientists agree that even the friendliest artificial intelligence can become a terrifying threat. For example, let's imagine that humans one day decide to have thinking machines make staples. Nothing to be worried about. Some of these machines, however, might fanatically decide to go even further and attempt to transform all matter in the universe into staples. All matter in the universe. That means humans too. Despite these ominous predictions, however, artificial intelligence and machine learning is just now leaving the constraints of academia and experimentation. Today, ChatGPT is available to all. It's merely one click away. If users are smiling, big tech is trembling. OpenAI has just created a digital product with enormous financial potential, and even Google risks losing its dominance in the field. Compared to the past, ChatGPT is a true paradigm shift. This software is going to write essays, articles, screenplays, TV shows. It's going to calculate digital code and program on its own. It's going to scour the furthest reaches of the web and pull information from every indexed archive and be able to answer anything we will ever be able to imagine. The effects on production, especially in the service sector, are easy to see. Large swathes of jobs will be taken over by automatization, which will both increase productivity and improve the quality of the offering. Companies looking to reduce costs and cut down on personnel will see this software as a godsend. Unemployment will rise, and in turn, this will put pressure on political institutions to find a way to cushion the impact. New education techniques will affect schools, and we'll soon be discussing the ethics of our relationship with thinking machines. This prediction doesn't need to be as dire as the dystopias of science fiction, however. With certain conditions, using evolved machines for production can actually free up creative resources and allow us to enjoy our leisure time even more. Artificial intelligence may even stand side by side with human talent and become a container for our collective memory. The hope in this case is that all this knowledge is made readily available to all and not kept behind proprietary gates. The game has just begun, and already we see early attempts at monetization and privatization. According to news site Semaphore, Microsoft is reportedly ready to invest $10 billion in ChatGPT for 49% ownership. The remaining 49% will be given out to other investors, and 2% will remain with OpenAI. Such a huge investment in an as yet unprofitable company is proof of things to come. Artificial intelligence is about to be the prize in the war that the big techs are about to wage against one another. And it's going to be brutal. Machine learning is fueled by accumulated data, but who owns it? How will Facebook react after investing billions into the metaverse? And what about Google, whose search engine up until today has remained untouchable? The titans of the IT industry are soon to clash again for control over our collective consciousness. At this point, opinions differ. Some are in favor, others against. Skeptics warn about the dangers of thought control. They fear a new big brother which will control the minds of new generations. The fear is that of an infinite encyclopedia, governed by cryptic algorithms, capable of learning from each interaction with its users, and capable of erasing all doubt in favor of one absolute truth. Technophiles, on the other hand, are celebrating this great revolution and hearkening a new age of progress and prosperity. In any case, nobody seems to doubt that this will be a time of tumultuous change in the dichotomy between man and machine. Right now, we're as far from the nightmare predictions of the Matrix as we are from dreams of a utopia where all societal ills have been put to rest. What's certain is that all the great issues of our times are about to be impacted, from the economy to geopolitics to ecology. ChatGPT's growth is bound to be exponential. There's already talk of a version which is 500 times more powerful, and it's expected to be released in 2023. After all, the Valley has always thought in terms of blitzscale. That means to conquer market share as fast as possible, even at a loss, position yourself to monetize later. Who knows how the war for AI will end, and what will become of the machines? Will they finally free the human race from the chains of labor, as Karl Marx might have predicted? Or will they prove correct the most pessimistic of science fiction's predictions? Or perhaps they'll simply speak to us, using the sad words of Roy Batty, the replicant from Blade Runner, who famously said, as black rain fell from the sky, "I have seen things you people wouldn't believe." Black Box, The Hidden Side of Finance, is a podcast by Chora Media, written by Guido Brera with I Diavoli. Editor is Francesca Milano. Intro and sound design is by Luca Micheli. Produced by Alex Peverengo. Editing is by Emanuele Moscatelli. Translation and voice is by John Vincent.